The $1 million question for Nebraska this offseason is, how much do you care? And that's a top-down question for the athletic department. That's a top-down question for the booster base, for the NIL collective, for the entire operation. Is, we know how much you care about football. We know that Nebraska volleyball is the standard bearer for the sport. For the other sports at this university, it is going to become a question of, how much do you care? And Exhibit A is going to be this basketball program going forward and the investment. I would love to hear from the athletic director his thoughts and other folks like that, because as long as I've been alive, I cannot remember at one point any athletic director coming out and saying, this is what men's basketball should be at this university and what the expectation should be. And for the first time since I've been alive, I think there's a guy in the athletic director chair who knows basketball because of his career path and because of how he came up in Iowa and his career trajectory. I think he has a good idea, and you could say that his silence throughout this basketball season could be an indicator, but I'm not going to read too much into it. But that's the $1 million question this offseason, because the fans are going to keep showing up here. There's going to be support. There's going to be people who want to talk about it, who want to see the program, who want to see the program achieve things. And it's just a question of how much is that investment that is clear and evident from fans, from coverage, from all of that. How much can that be reciprocated? Because you can only point to a 13-year-old practice facility and a 12-year-old arena for so long.
Yeah.
And so this is our signs that we care, because your sign of caring now in the cliche of the ever-changing landscape of college sports is dollars and cents. That's how you show you care.
Yep.
And that is the overarching question for this offseason.
I would love, it's a great point. I would love to see Troy Dannen get up soon in front of the media and say, we are intentionally changing our level of attention and investment to this program, because there is a fan base around this program that is unique to the point that I don't know that it exists in college sports. And you might think that's a hyperbole, but like I've said, Jacob, before, go watch a game at any other school that has had the lack of basketball. Well, there's no other Power 5 school that's had the lack of basketball success that Nebraska has. But go watch a game. Go, look at when Nebraska played at Northwestern. Look at when Nebraska played at Iowa this year. Look at Nebraska when they look at the games at USC. Okay. Look, I can continue to name programs that would not be able to do in terms of the turnout of Nebraska basketball fans, in terms of the, just that I have 103 people watching this brand new postgame show that I did. You've got, and maybe they'll never piss it away, Jacob. Maybe they will never piss it away and we will always keep, I don't think I'm ever walking away. I don't know what it would take for me to walk away, but this isn't going to make me walk. I'm not protesting the season next year because it's sort of like a part of me in a weird way. And it seems like there are a lot of people like me for whatever reason. I can't even fully explain it. I know why it happens with me, but I'm not just going to completely disconnect for it and say, screw this. And I know there are some people are, but most people aren't. And we've seen it because they keep freaking showing up. Remember, I was at a game in one of Miles' bad years toward the end. It was a freaking blizzard outside. They were out of NCAA contention, and Purdue came in and pounded them. And it looked like a packed house in that place at Pinnacle Bank Arena. Whatever it is, people continue to enjoy the experience enough and savor the hope enough to come back in. And that's the double-edged sword of the whole thing, Jacob. I want Dannen to get up and say those things and say, we are going to invest this. I don't care whether he's talking about changing a coach or not. If he's not talking about changing a coach, which I think there's a financial reason not to, if he's not talking about, but talk about the investments, talk about the, tell me what's changing. If you don't know what's changing, figure out what needs to change. Okay.
Absolutely.
And it's not, and it might involve a coach change, but it also might, there's more than that. Even if they did make a coach change, that hasn't been the issue, the primary issue over there. There's something else besides who the coach is. That is a problem. Absolutely. An athletic director should be going in there and figuring it the H out, because I can't tell you exactly. It probably has something, like you said, to do with dollars and cents, but Why do I have the feeling that even if they fired him this year and brought in the next guy, guess what? We would be on the same roller coaster we just went on with Fred Hoiberg and Tim Miles before him.
No,
I feel like the exact same spot. And that means there's something else.
No, and Jack, you're talking to somebody who had a front row seat to the end of the previous coaching regime here, and someone who's been around the last 4 seasons of the current regime of Nebraska basketball. And the thing with coaching changes today is, the money. Like, you need the money to buy someone out for for NIL and to pay players and rev share and all that. And also, if you're a basketball program, then, if you want to talk about making a coaching change, you better bring in a coach that you're willing to commit to and give all the resources to succeed. And if you want to move on from a coach, you better be able to look at that coach and say, we gave this guy all the resources necessary and all the resources needed to succeed before you think about pulling the rug or pulling the plug. And that is just, that's reality. And it's, you need to take a look in the mirror with what you want the expectation to be for men's basketball at this university moving forward. And it's needed to happen for a long time. You've got people in the media who are like, Fred shouldn't feel any pressure. There's no pressure. Results don't matter. It's Nebraska basketball. Results don't matter. Like, come on. Like, give me a break. Like, you should, like, the whole operation, you got to take a look in the mirror of what you want it to be, what you think it can be, and what you think the standard should be moving forward.